Hello students, this is Poonam teacher back with a new video of Science 1, and in my last video I have taught you the structure of methane somewhat like this. Its molecular formula is CH4 and the valency of carbon is 4, so it can form a covalent bond with either hydrogen atom from the four sides, or it is possible for carbon to mingle or to make a bond with any other element, because carbon is such an element which is able to make the bond or which has made bond with almost all the elements known. So that is why carbon is known as a versatile element. Now let's study the electron dot structure of the methane molecule. You can see that this is the nucleus of carbon atom, and this is the first shell with 2 electrons. The second shell is with 4 electrons, 1 2 3 4, and the next 4 electrons are belonging to this hydrogen atom. So the hydrogen atoms have come from all the 4 sides, and they have shared their electron with the last electron or the valence electrons of the carbon atom, and this is how the formation of the methane molecule have taken place. And this is the ball and stick model of methane molecule. This one is carbon, these are the hydrogen. So this is carbon, these are the hydrogen. So like this the molecule of methane is a marsh gas, and methane is the main ingredient of the natural gas. Now as I told you that carbon is a versatile element. It has the ability to make a bond with almost all the elements, and carbon also has the property to make a chain of the carbon atoms itself, a long chain of the carbon atoms itself, and this property is known as catenation. As carbon is able to make a bond with almost all the elements known, carbon can be seen from a unicellular animal or from a unicell or a single cell till the largest molecule DNA. Even the DNA will consist of carbon. So carbon is present almost everywhere. Carbon is the inseparable part of anybody's life. So here it is shown that this is one of the characteristic of carbon, to form a long chain of carbon atoms itself, and this property is known as catenation. No other element have such property. Even oxygen do not possess catenation power. The catenation power belongs only to carbon. And then there can be the open chains or the closed chains of the carbon atoms. I will show you with the help of this figures that if you are taking any straight chain of the carbon atoms, this is a butane. Butane is one of the ingredient of cooking gas. Its molecular formula is C4H10. So the C4, these are the 4 carbon atoms arranged into one line, and these are the hydrogen atoms. So now the valency of carbon is 4. So from these 3 sides, hydrogen atoms have been occupied this side, and one side is occupied by another carbon atom, and then this carbon atom is further attached to 2 hydrogen atoms, and from this side it is attached to carbon atoms itself. So everywhere the valence is satisfied. So such kind is known as a straight chain. There can also be a branched chain. Branched chain is somewhat like this. The molecular formula is same, C4H10, but the structure is quite different, because here you can see that the carbon atoms are not present into the straight line. One carbon is situated over here, so it has resulted in the formation of the branched chain. So there is no change into the molecular formula, only the structural formula is different, and this phenomenon is known as isomerism. So this one is a straight chain, this one is a branch chain. Then carbon also have the property to form a ring-like structure, and such a structure can also be known as a closed chain. This was an open chain. So open chain hydrocarbons are known as aliphatic hydrocarbons. What these are known as? Aliphatic hydrocarbons. And such kind of closed chain hydrocarbons or the ring structure will be known as aromatic hydrocarbons or aromatic compounds. So this one is the benzene. Benzene's molecular formula is C6H6, And so these are the carbon atoms which are present into the ring form with alternate double and single bond, and there is presence of hydrogen atoms also. There are 6 hydrogen atoms and 6 carbon atoms. So this is benzene and it is an aromatic hydrocarbon. So like this, carbon can form various kinds of compound, various kinds of chain compounds, let it be a straight chain, branch chain, or closed chain, or the ring structure like that. Now I'll be teaching you the molecular masses of various carbon compounds. So the first one given over here is methane again, and it is the smallest carbon compound, and I'll show you that how its molecular mass is calculated. Just a minute. See, the atomic mass of carbon is 12 and that of hydrogen is 1. So in the molecular formula CH4 there is 1 atom of carbon. So that is how 1 into 12 plus 4 into 1. It will give us 12 plus 4 is equal to 16. So the molecular mass of methane is going to be 16.